They say winning ain't everything. Well, we don't have them type conversations over here, man. Had that conversation with the losers. We trying to win at everything we do. Even in the loss, we don't see defeat. We see a lesson learned. Straight up. Look, I came into this world in 1978. The doc looked me in my face and knew I was something great. 45, 42 Prescott, that's where I'm from. Grew up in the slums around dope dealers and bums. As humble as I was, I adapted to my habitat. In my own lane though, far from where they crashing at. Dumb bar graduate, the game I done mastered it. Served in the Navy, look, y'all don't know the half of it. Pops passed in '01, moms passed last year. I know they up in heaven smiling down, crying mad tears, cause they son making it. No telling where I'm taking it. My city been cursed, but I feel that I'm breaking it. Coached at Wayne High in 15 in one state. Seen the fork in the road and went straight. I know what I'm worth, I'm OG King CURT. Brooklyn Nets gaming crew legend, let's work.
Hey, this is OG King CURT, your host of the OG2CENTS podcast. I want to thank each and every one of you who continue to tune in each and every Sunday. We truly appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like, comment, subscribe, do all of the above. Keep making this podcast is what it is today. Also, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating. It helps us out a lot. The links for all streaming platforms will be in the description. Let's make sure we continue to stand up against any forms of social injustice and racism. And let's spread love and not hate. This episode is brought to you by Zenni Blocks. Make sure to armor your eyes with Zenni Blocks virtual clear blue blockers. It's important to protect your eyes from the harmful blue light from your digital screen, so you'll have less eye strain, and that makes for better sleep and performance. Check them out at zenni.com/gaming or follow them at Zenni Gaming on Twitter and Instagram. This episode 58, Go Esports. This is, a great friend of mine, Chris Turner. He's an educator, visual artist, host of the Go Play Esports podcast, and he is the GM and coach for Southern University and AM College, Baton Rouge. I don't like to do too much talking for my guests, so without further ado, Chris Turner, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. This is a long time coming, man. I'm home. I'm home on your platform, man.
Yeah, man. You have reached out to me early in the
Mm.
game on my end, and now what a difference a year make. Where now you come in on my show and you
Mm.
got a bunch of stuff to talk about, man. You've been busy over the last year, man. So just
Mm.
getting right into it, just tell your story and how you got to where you are today.
Yeah, man. Just a little background on myself. From Baton Rouge, Louisiana, down in central Louisiana, and just come from a line of like small entrepreneurs, small business owners. Like I had that on both sides of my family, man. And my uncle was real critical in my life, man. And he's been in the music business for 40 years, independent record label, and sustained for 40 years and still kicking. And so, that's some of where my business and entrepreneur acumen came from. And got into education, man. I heard uh somebody say the other day that their career chose them. Education chose me, man. Pretty much went back to my old high school, donated some artwork, and the art teacher quit, and I was asked to go into the job, man. And I think a lot of people in the esports space don't really know that I'm a visual artist and graphic designer first, man. That's my passion, and I feel like that's my God given gift, man. And kind of research esports for like 3 or 4 years, man. Got on Southern's campus at the laboratory school, which is the pre-K through 12th grade school, man, and implemented esports from there, man. And man, it's been a whirlwind ever since.
Man, I'm gonna give you your roses while you here. Is that y'all may not know this, but this background behind me, this is all him. Like,
Yeah.
he designed it, actually directed me on where to get my banners and everything like that. And boom, I just got this one now, but I got a 8x8 back home in Ohio. That's actually in my bedroom, so that's where I do all my work in the
Yeah.
bedroom. But yeah, he is he. And see, this is the thing. You didn't even tell me that
Nah,
that you was a graphic artist. You just was
mm,
like, yo, like let me cook up something for you,
yeah.
and then boom.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do that a lot, man. Of course, it's my passion, man, but I just have so much on my plate at the moment, man. If I wanted to switch it up and stop coaching and stop building the program and just say, hey, I'm just gonna white label some graphics for people, man, I probably could do it, man, to be successful in that lane too, man. It's definitely something that's had, provided some income and some stability in my life, man. I'll never leave it. But when I want to cook up something for a close friend, man, or somebody that I feel like is putting in the work that don't really have the branding, I'm gonna do it. And it's been like that for the last couple of years, man. I really don't have the time to put into the craft like I want to, man, but the gift is still there, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, what got you into gaming and then making the leap into esports?
So, gaming's always been a part of my life, man. Like I have a brother, I'm 36, I have a brother that's 7 years older than me, right? And so, I remember the first Nintendo that came in the house. I remember the Atari, man. I remember the Atari coming in the house. We playing that, man, and then we did Nintendo, and then we did Super Nintendo, man, and our friends next door had Sega Genesis. We wasn't a real big Sega household, man, but Nintendo for sure, man. I remember the first PlayStation coming in, and my first like real game I fell in love with. Of course, I played Super Mario Brothers and stuff like that, but man, that 007 GoldenEye. That's when I knew it was over, man. Like I'm in love with gaming, and that's it. And so from there, man, life took over. I became a teacher, and then after that, man, it was basically, you know, um, you know, I kind of lost my way as far as gaming was concerned, and I was at a high school, McKinley High. It's actually the oldest black high school in the state of Louisiana, man. And it was a pleasure working there. And it was my students that got me back into gaming, man. I would sit there, Kurt, and just be in the art room, and everybody's supposed to be drawing. It's like a group of five boys in like a circle, and they're not drawing, man. They're talking about 2K, right? And I'm like, man, this game can't be, this good. And so, I hadn't played PlayStation since PlayStation 2. And so I hopped to the four, man, and started playing with these kids in my classroom, man, and just fell in love with it, man, and just started researching high school esports and, researching what you've done, and just started like I just soaked in, man. Like it was like, finding my first love again, man, and just got back into gaming, man. And from there, man, it was just like, okay, I want to get involved. I don't know when, but at some point, I want to hit the button on this, man. I hit the button like 2 years ago.
Hey, man, well, you've been killing it and doing a phenomenal job. Just I know it's an uphill battle when we talk about esports. Just talk about some of your challenges that you have faced while being in the esports space.
And everybody's talks about diversity and inclusion. And I think it's critical that we should, that should be a topic of conversation, man. We should have some playing field where it's balanced. For me, man, it's more of in the African American community, OG, it's like, lawyer, doctor, you know, basketball, football, or bust, man. It's not, you know, and it's like generations of that. So when you come in a parent's living room and you start talking about esports and the values of it and the possibilities of it, man. And like I tell my students all the time, at this point of where esports is on the collegiate level or even the high school level, you have more chances of getting an esports scholarship than you have a basketball or football scholarship. And so, it's that culture thing for me. You know, it's like we sell ourselves a dream when it comes down to the NFL and the NBA, and not to down those institutions and associations, but it's just like it's like a 1 percentile chance that you're gonna get into that, man. And then in esports, everybody's not gonna make it to that main stage. It's probably another 1 or 2 percentile there, but it's just what I like to focus on is career in esports. What we're doing now, media, behind the scenes, being a general manager, it's all kind of careers that probably can pay you 6 figures, man. That we don't preach in our society as much. Even on the game development side, there's so many tracks, man, that we could focus on, and so that's been my hardest thing, man, is selling it to the parents and even selling it to the kids, man, because if they feel like it's not cool, they're not gonna touch it. And so, we gotta put our swag on it a little bit and kind of get them involved, man. But I think that we're almost there, man. I think what you've done, people in the 2K community like Graham and LT and y'all have done a great job in keeping it cool, putting a little swag on it, man. And it's just gonna take time for us as African Americans and minorities, man, because I have a daughter that plays, and I think it just over time, man, it's gonna get better.
No, no doubt. I mean, and through the process of you getting your message across, man, you've been having some success with
Yeah.
some of your players, man. So, talk about some of your successes and also events that you
Yeah.
hosted and different things of that nature.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I told you before, what people don't know is, man, Southern University is the only HBCU in the country that has its own system. And so let me explain that. You have the Baton Rouge campus, which houses the laboratory school, the pre-K through 12. You have the Law Center, you have the Agriculture Center, and you have the main campus in Baton Rouge. Then you also have SUNO, which is Southern University New Orleans, which is another campus. And then you have SUSLA, which is Southern University Shreveport. And so, that pre-K through 12th grade school is where I've had the bulk of the success. I've been named GM and head coach for Southern in September this year, and we've had some success there, man. And so, for the high school side, we started out with one PlayStation and one television, man. All African American schools, 75% free lunch, no bus transportation. Everybody gets carpooled in, and so that's the demographic. We got 350 kids total from pre-K to 12th grade. So it's a small school, man. Everybody's family, man. And my main focus, man, culturally was 2K and Madden. I mean, meeting the students where they are, man. And I really didn't have to do too much coaching. I feel like I'm doing more coaching in year two than I did in year one. And the kids are already ready to go. OG, like, first out the gate, we got a runner up in the high school esports league national championship, and then we finally got a national championship, and then we got a runner up in 2K last season, and hopefully we get another national runner up this season. And the college, I've had a few players go into Madden and 2K tournaments and win thousands of dollars, man, and that's the most fulfilling thing for me, man. Like seeing like kids go towards the opportunity, ask me questions about gameplay. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm the best gamer in the world, but I know strategy. I have a traditional background in sports just like you do, and so we break down film and the whole nine. So just to see these kids walk away with $1,500 as a college kid, man, they own at that point. This
Right.
that's the difference between eating in the calf and getting some Chick-fil-A. you know,
Right.
you
Without a
know what I'm
doubt.
saying?
Without a
Without
doubt.
and it's just, man, it feels good, man, because no other sports you can do that. You can't go out on the basketball court right now, man, and win a game and get money in your pocket. It doesn't work like that in traditional sports. And so they took advantage of it, man. They won computers and Beats headsets and all kind of stuff, man. And so, it's all about them taking advantage of that opportunity, man. And that collegiate program's going, man. Since September, I have 67 kids in that club. and so it's growing every day. We have them in a group. Me, Kurt. They didn't take heed to Discord so well, man. So I said, man, I got to figure out a way to get them involved. But they're in the group me, man. They make it happen. We're in the swag division, Southern is, and so I have a Madden player and I have a Rocket League team that's two games away from winning swag championships, man. I'm the kind of guy, I've already got the rings designed, man. Like I want to hype it up, and so I'm just having fun with it, man. My day to day question to myself is, if I was an esports kid at this time and age, what would I want? What would I like my program to be? And I find myself just reaching for the stars, man, and trying to develop them and trying to get all the access for them in the world, man.
No, that's dope. I mean, dealing with the youth, they keep you youthful,
They
without
do.
a doubt. I mean, in your short, uh, you know, time that you've been building everything that you've been building, what advice would you give to someone that's looking to get into esports?
Man, it's just get in it and do it. And I know you hear that a lot, but like just get in and start doing it, man. Like, you know, um, apply yourself. It's gonna be hard work. It's gonna be some late nights. You're not gonna have all the resources in the world. Um, you're gonna have to create some buy-in, especially if you're building the program. Even if you're a community leader and you're trying to do some after school stuff, man, you still gonna have to get some buy-in from the community. And so, I preach that a lot, like community first, like without a doubt, like just, you have to be authentic as possible. Um, without selling yourself short or selling whoever you're trying to service short. And so that's my best advice, man. Just stay true to self, man. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. If you feel like you're selling out, don't sell out. Just whatever is gonna benefit your program without costing you your authentic route and way, man. I think that's the best way.
Got you. Well said. At this point in the show, as OG wants to know, as rapid fire questions, answer as open and honestly as possible.
All right.
To jump it off, biggest influence.
Biggest influence within esports,
It just in
uh,
life in general.
in life in general. Man, I'm gonna have to shoot and say Puff Daddy, man. From a business aspect.
Got you. What motivates you?
Anything that's positive, that's not negative, man. That's productive. I look at all kind of things for that.
Favorite sports moment of all time?
Allen Iverson with the fadeaway and stepping over Teron Lue, man.
Favorite sports team?
Ah, man, that's hard. I'm a basketball dude. Um, man, I have to go like 93, 94 Bulls, man. I'm gonna go back.
Got you. Favorite content creator?
That's a hard one, man. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna sell out and say you, man. You. Yeah, every time I log in, man, I'm like, ooh, I need to post something else. I gotta post something too.
Glad I can inspire, man. Favorite actor and actress?
Denzel. I've been married for 10 years, man, so I'm not gonna say who my favorite actress is, man. I'm gonna stay safe.
So you skipping a celebrity crush too?
I was yeah, I'm gonna say my wife on now. Yeah, you're not gonna get me tied up, man.
Got you. Favorite movie of all time?
Um, Love Jones, man.
Okay, classic. Favorite athlete?
MJ.
Okay, and what would you be doing if you wasn't doing what you're doing today?
Probably what you mentioned earlier, man. Probably graphic design or visual arts, man.
Got you, man. Well, and last but not least, what's next for Chris Turner?
Man, the sky's the limit, man. I think I'm gonna make some noise. It's something I can't really announce. Me and you talked about it in private, but it's gonna be all for the betterment of that high school esports space, man. I think that needs to be developed. I think middle school needs to develop down the pipeline, man. And I think I'm gonna stay around that area, man. I know I'm in collegiate too, but just staying in that world of esports edu where we could develop these kids and get them ready so they can be a part of an organization like yourself or anybody else orgs, man. I think that's what's missing in the esports pipeline right now. Just that whole development chain of like making sure that these kids are like professionals once they make it to that stage, man. Because you know, uh, I think that's half of getting a job in esports, man. Like, you have to be presentable. You have to know who you are and be less toxic as possible. So, with that said, man, I think that's it, man. And just hosting more events, man. I think by the time this air, you know, I'm doing an esports event with Southern Law School, just about education law and running some panels and small tournaments, man. And we want to do some more like that within the Southern system, man. So just stay tuned with stuff like that, man. I really want to educate the African American community and minority community about exactly what esports is, because we come from that generation where our mom told us get off that game and go outside.
Right, right, right.
So, I want to change that. I want to change that narrative, man.
Got you, man. Well, you know, before you get out of here, let people know how they can follow you and what you do, and then also follow your teams as well.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter as Go Play GEAUX Go Play ES. That stands for Go Play Esports, but it's Go Play ES everywhere. Twitch, YouTube, podcast is coming back with some new episodes this summer when I'm less busy. And as far as the esports, my esports teams, you can follow them SU Lab Esports on Twitter, Twitch, and SUBR Esports on Twitch and Twitter too, man. And them kids are constantly working, man. I'm constantly posting about them, man, and I'm proud to be a part of those programs. And from the ground up, man, I couldn't have done none of this without those students, man.
Well, good, man. Chris, I always love, man. I
For
always be
sure.
in touch. Appreciate you coming on the show, man, and
Mhm.
wish you nothing but the best.
You too, man.
So at this time, make sure you following the OG2CENTS podcast on social media. That's Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Also, make sure you subscribe to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and our YouTube channel as well. Um, Make sure you follow me on social media at OG King Kurt. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Uh, go to you can go to www.ogkingkurt for everything OG King Kurt and the podcast. um Shout out to my team, Cy Evermore, Box Graphics, for continuously and Strider Visuals, for continuously to making the OG2CENTS podcast what it is today. I truly appreciate them a lot. um you can catch me on Esports Extra every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, anywhere from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's what host Larry Ridley, the crew, Durbin Roel, Antonio Williams, Kelly Wells Brinkley, and a producer extraordinaire, Kevin Mamuzet. That's Esports Extra every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from anywhere from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And that's twitch.tv/ Compete Forever, and also Compete Forever on YouTube and Facebook. Make sure that you tune in for next week's episode. And remember, if it makes sense, it's an OG2CENTS. OG out.
Put this work in, fellas. And much, much, much love to the entire 2K community for always showing me love. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. Yeah.